Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for tuning in. I want to talk to you this morning about prayer, meditation, spirituality, my favorite things. I want to speak on God. You know, God is the creator of beautiful things, the creator of life. And life is a journey. You're not here just to exist. You're not here just to be going through what you're going through. It gets better. I've went through so much in my life. I can tell you. I went down yesterday. I found a beautiful spot alongside the Mississippi River where when the day comes, where we come out with substance and we finally overcome, we all will gather on the banks of the Mississippi River where we done cried that river of tears and celebrate. We gonna cry how we have overcame. I see that one day. I see buildings being built. I see people coming out of oppression. I see people changing their hearts and their mindset and the way they think about themselves, the way they think about their family members, the way they think about their children, their future, their outcome. You know, right now, we are living in a turbulent times. 2020 has been the year of unspeakable, just unimaginable. Never would I thought we'd be walking around with masks on, the country, the whole world, wearing masks for a virus, trying to keep a virus out. Reminds me, it's mind blowing, really it is. It's mind blowing how people don't heed warnings. When somebody tell you, I'm about to do something, I'm going to unleash something on you, and you need to heed this warning, and Donald Trump really been giving us a warning for the past 4 years. He's been giving us a warning up to this point of what's going on today. He has unchecked every check and balance there is. And only thing that the Democrats did, like he called them, the do nothing Democrats, because that's what they are. The do nothing Democrats. They get on CNN, MSNBC, write letters, wag fingers, shake heads, and come cry to the people, tell the people what's going on. We already know what's going on. Why aren't you in there doing something about it? What's happening to the democracy? What is going on? What is happening in this country? Well, I tell you what's happening. We are headed into an authoritarianism. We are headed into a dictatorship. Okay, but this is what the ancestors are revealing to me. That Donald Trump is not our problem. We are our problem. We are the reason that we are holding ourselves back. We are keeping ourselves down because of our mindset. How you thinking? How you acting? How you act towards your family member? Have you forgave her? Have you gotten over what she did? Or you still want to get back at her? You still want to show her? You still got something to prove? You need to let that stuff go. You need to come out of that mindset and the way you think, because you ain't gonna never get ahead thinking that way. And you ain't gonna never get ahead if you steady holding on to drugs, and you steady feeding that into your system. You got your mind locked all up, and that's all you doing is just here existing on this earth. That's not your purpose. This is a journey that we own. It's a reason that you here. You're not just here by accident. You here for a reason. It's a purpose, and you're not here just to exist and to be going through what you're going through. You got all kind of problems and chaos. Well, a lot of that chaos, you done invited in yourself. You brought that chaos into your life. You dealing with it. You need to remove that. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. When somebody try to bring me some chaos, I stop them at the door. Hey, wait a minute. No, we're not finna do that. No, I don't want to hear that. If you ain't coming to tell me some positive word or something good that I want to hear, or something that may help me, or something that you can tell me that may lift somebody else up, I don't want to hear the chaos. I don't want to hear nothing about Maury Povich, Jerry Springer, Young and Restless, have and have-nots. I don't want to know none of that, because that ain't nothing but chaos. When you laugh and speak over that and dwell on that, that right there is chaos. That's what you inviting in your life. That's what's going to permeate in your life. I'm going to tell you something. I used to watch that stuff and I used to get all worked up about it. I used to worry about what John Abbott was going to do and what Jack Abbott was going to do. If Jill was going to find out the truth, what was going to happen if whatever, whoever when they find out what they're going to do, how they going to act. Is he going to die? Is he going to live? And I used to get myself worked out up about them soap operas, and I feel my heart beating. I'm getting anxiety, and I'm going to tell you something. This is a true story. My mother had a friend who doctor took her off soap operas because of anxiety. She worked herself up had her blood pressure going. She was sweating and shaking. And we go over her house and she tell my mama, Janelle, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just stressed out about it. I don't know if she going to live. And my mom be trying to calm her down. It's funny though, but it's really true. So the doctor took her off those soap operas. She can't watch none of that stuff no more. And I'm going to tell you, you need to quit doing that. And if anybody over there is inviting chaos in your life, anybody bringing that drama, you need to remove that. And sometimes the problem is you. You the one creating the chaos. You the one bringing the chaos. You the one dealing with the chaos. You like the chaos. Some people just like it. And some people don't. I don't. I happen to be one who don't. And I think it's a lot of people who don't. And I think you need to start removing that chaos. Because, right now we got a lot of chaos going on that's in the White House. See, it was okay for Donald Trump to come in on mail-in ballots and with Hillary losing the popular vote, but it ain't okay for him to go out like that. And see, that's not right. He inviting chaos. He doing chaos, and it's getting ready to be some chaos. It's finna be some it's going to get bad before it gets good. But what I want you to do is not dwell on what Donald Trump is doing. Dwell on what you doing. Dwell on God. Think positive thoughts. Meditate towards your future. Meditate towards your children. Meditate towards how you can make your life better for you and your family and then your country. Because you are not in control of what he doing. But I'm going to tell you who is. Donald Trump is one man, but God is really in control. God is in control over all of this. And you're going to see it's all going to come out for the good anyway, regardless of how bad it look. When you in a storm, it look real bad when you're in it. But once you come out of it, you say, oh man, we made it through that. Look at how God pulled us through, and he gonna pull us through this storm too. You just watch and see. It's gonna be good, And so in the meantime, you got to remember to grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. God bless you.